Hello everyone, my name is Nyan Per and welcome to the Voices of South Sudanese Women. Would like to thank you all for tuning in tonight on our second episode. Tonight I have one of my childhood friends who I grew up with at Holy Family Dufton. I'd like her to introduce herself before we start the topic for the night.
Hello. Thank you, Nien, for having me here today. I am Catherine, and I am honoured to be in the second episode today. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm so happy to have you in the studio tonight. So the reason why we wanted to do this second episode is to talk about motherhood and how important it is to make sure that you're following the right footsteps in life and to go through the right path, and for us to give the young generation some suggestions and ways on how to improve yourself and to be a better person before you bring a child into this world.
Now, I just want to start off by saying I am not any relationship expert or advisor. I am not any I'm not any of these things. I'm just here to simply share my personal experience of being a mom to, I think, almost 6 years now. A young mom as well. So so everything that I share here tonight is just based on my own personal experience. So
Beautiful.
I don't want anyone to take my word and say, Catherine said this. So.
Of course, and those things happen, don't they? So it's good to be clear.
Absolutely.
And to be open and honest too for our viewers. So the basis of this episode is to honestly just give out some suggestions. And as Catherine has advised, she would like to talk about her personal experiences of becoming a young mum, which is such a beautiful gift to have. Now, Catherine, I would just like to ask you a question. How has your experience been since you've had your beautiful daughter?
It's been a roller coaster in so many ways, positive, negative, or the whole lot. I was only 20 when I had her. And when I think, oh my God, I was only 20 years old and I had a baby? That's crazy. It's crazy, honestly. And I think life experience, like if you have siblings or you were able to babysit your cousins or nieces and nephews, they do help out into when you become a mom. So for me personally, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would have been had I not had the experience that I had before having her. So I'm pretty much raised up my siblings. You know, I have three amazing brothers. Shout out to them, who are very, very helpful. So it really came in hands.
And
so
it helped you a lot, didn't
it did. It did.
Like, I feel like you've honestly gone through motherhood the right way. I'm going to be very honest. And like you've mentioned, without your siblings, your three brothers, and your beautiful mother and family,
Absolutely.
you wouldn't be able to raise your daughter the way you brought her up.
No.
So looking back at 20, hey, I'm giving you 10 points, girlfriend. I'm giving you 10 points. And the reason for that is because within the previous generation or the generation that came after us, a lot of them have had kids at a very young age, way before they've even turned 20. And I feel like I think it's time we start educating one another. It's time we start giving out our personal stories and our experiences so that those young girls within our community can go through motherhood the right way. So in regards to that, how would you look at things from being 20 and giving birth to your daughter, and now, like, you look like you're very confident and happy with the experience and the path that you took?
So many changes has taken place. And like I said, like when I look back to, like right now, I'm just flexing, you know, I'm just, I'm good at this game. I got this.
You got it.
So when I look back and because, with when you go through some of your photos, old memory and stuff like that, and you go through it, and I'm like, oh my God, she was this tiny, and she was a preemie, so she was really tiny when she was born, and it was really scary.
Yeah.
And you do go through a lot before you even bring them to this world. For some, it's a bit more complicated, and for some, they have it easy. So it just, I mean, who knows? You know, it happens to some and it doesn't happen to others. Yeah. So for me, it was a bit challenging. And so what I always just had is like, it's for her, it's for her, it's for her. So I kept telling myself, you know, going through everything, it's like, this is for her, you know. So, and it worked. It really did. And just, you know, I think the most important thing is, as a young person, if you've got siblings, if you have supportive friends, if you have your parents here, and if you have your partner, these are the people that you need. These are the people that will get you through every single step. You know, your parents, for example, my parents, it's to a point where they wouldn't mind staying at home, babysitting my daughter to let me go to events. To work. My mom even cut down her hours for work, okay, so she could like stay with Fedora while I go to work. Oh my goodness. You know, so, and even my siblings, they, like I said, they are my real MVPs. They're my heroes. They're really like amazing uncles, you know, and the other benefit, so we, you know, the other benefit of her, myself being at home, was that she was able to develop a really strong, beautiful bond with my parents and with my siblings as well. And I think because obviously our Sudanese parents are very different to us being parents. So they're more of a like the older generation kind of thing. Traditional kind of thing. So when you have a, you know, like Australian born child, they do teach them things. They do teach them a lot, actually. Like, you know, with some of us, like myself, we don't really do hugs and, you know, kisses and we don't do that. No. You know, and it's just the way that like I was brought up. I mean, I never really, you know, it's just like, hello, if I'm traveling, when I come back, I'm gonna give you a hug. All right. Cause
like with kids, Catherine,
like it's different. It's like so she will say bye to them, even if you're going to the petrol station, she will give you a hug and a kiss. Okay,
she's Australian born, that's why.
Literally, and she's such a blessing, especially to their lives as well. Like, you know, when we come back home, if I enter the house on my own, it's like, where is she? Who cares about you? Where is she? You know. So, and it's beautiful. And, you know, like I said, they do teach them something as well. And now they're a lot more affectionate than, you know, I'd say they were with us, because of course the way that they were brought up as well. So, you know, it's a bit different.
You've mentioned a couple of important points that I really like. First one is in regards to how you raised up your siblings. All right.
Pretty much.
You did assist your mum. I remember back in the days. You put in a lot of time and energy to make sure your siblings turned out okay. Absolutely. You've done a great job. And I see where the connection is coming from with Fedora as well. What I think helps a lot is that if you are someone that wants to have a child, or God gives you a child as a gift, it's okay not to bash yourself.
Absolutely.
What you've mentioned is so beautiful, because with these young people, anything is possible. And they need to know that as long as you connect yourself with your parents, it doesn't even have to be your parents. It could be a family member.
Absolutely.
You will make it okay. Another point you mentioned is the fact that the only reason why you kept going was because of her. When you bring a child into this world, it's not about you anymore.
They are responsibility from the day that they born till I don't want to say 18, because I feel like even once my child turns 18, still my responsibility. You know, so it doesn't stop. It does not stop. And the other thing too, with being a mom, is the worrying does not stop. If she's at school, if she's at kinder, even if she's at home, I'm gonna call and be like, did she eat? What is she doing? What is she doing?
Does she have,
you know,
breakfast?
Like, did you guys feed her?
What is she wearing?
Literally.
I can't wait to start that journey.
Speaking of what she's wearing, so obviously with remote learning and stuff like that at the moment. So I had work yesterday, and so, you know, I prepared, because, you know, she's still in prep, so they don't have to wear school uniform. So I prepared clothes for her to wear in the morning, right? So I go to work, and then so I finish and I come home and she's wearing her pajamas. I'm like, y'all let her sit in class. with the pajamas on.
Like, come on, I took the time to
Like, I
prepare the
prepared
clothes.
these things. You know,
Oh
but
my goodness, it's so beautiful. Like, I love hearing about these things because the way I see your connection with your daughter, you can tell that you've put a lot of time into her. You've showed her a lot of love, a lot of affection, to the point that Fedora is so confident.
Oh, tell me.
Through her videos, it's like, yeah, you can tell your mum's a boss.
She is.
Like, and that's what I want to bring up, you know. It's important to spend time with your children.
Absolutely.
It's really important. You need to make sure that they're comfortable to be open to you. Like you've mentioned before, we don't do that whole kiss and hugs.
No.
And I like that because it shows respect.
Yeah.
Okay? In the Australian culture, they give children a lot of love.
Oh, so much love.
And I think that's why
love.
they leave home before they're even 18. I'm going to be honest. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I love our culture. I love it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to start that journey in life. I've had people like you to look up to.
Oh,
so I
you.
have no worries. Anything is possible.
Of course. And it's always good to have a bit of a balance. You know, obviously you want to love them, you want to spoil them a little bit, but at the same time, you want to discipline them and make sure that they, you know, like have good manners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also, not everyone has their siblings here and relatives and friends and family like that to them. So I do understand that there are some young moms out there that don't have anybody. But we are fortunate enough to be in this country where there's a lot of support for young moms.
Of course.
There is a lot. So if anyone is out there in that situation where they don't have anyone to rely on, they don't have support from their families or whatever, definitely do go to one of these supports. There's a lot of community services out there.
Yes.
That do a lot of these supports and even accommodation wise as well.
Yeah.
They'll get you sorted. They'll help you get a job.
Absolutely.
They will help you with childcare. There's a lot of services. So my advice is, even if you do have support from your family, still make good use of these resources that are there as well, because they are there to help out young moms.
Of course.
So definitely, you don't even have to be young. Even if you're in your 20s or 30s, we still, either way, being a mom is a whole new experience. Like they said, there's no manual for it. So you're just diving in.
No instructions.
And it's like, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, wow. You're going to drown. No drowning.
Wait, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you might drown if you don't stay on top of the surface.
Absolutely.
This is amazing. I love it. So when you were talking about services and supports, the first one that came in mind was Ways.
Yeah.
Ways, a couple of years ago, was that type of service that opened its doors to everyone and anyone, whether you're from a different culture, no matter what you're going through, you can just go and knock.
Absolutely.
And they'll be there for you. So what you've mentioned is absolutely beautiful, because I feel like these young people need to understand that, yes, there are supports and services.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel alone.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second thing is that if you do have a child at an age where you feel that you're not ready, just know that nothing stops from having a child.
No,
you
nothing.
You can still go to work.
Oh, absolutely.
You can still get your education and be the best mom possible.
Absolutely.
What we need to stop doing is neglecting our children and putting ourselves first.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening a lot. I'm seeing it a lot, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
We don't know what these mums are going through.
No.
But I need you guys to understand that it's okay to open up. Okay, it's okay to ask for help. A giver has to receive.
Yeah.
A receiver has to give.